Welcome, and we continue with the series where we look at the mistakes that PhD and master students make when doing their literature review. This is episode number 3, mistake number 3, writing the literature review with no structure. Today, we confront a mistake that turns literature chapters into academic mazes. Writing without a structure. A literature review without structure is like a house with no blueprint, walls everywhere, doors leading nowhere, and a roof that collapses when the supervisor knocks. By the end of this episode, you will know number one, why structured literature reviews sound more intelligent, even with simple language. Two, three structure styles that work for both masters and PhD. Three, how African students accidentally break structure. Four, and my favorite demonstration, the broken ladder. And of course, plenty of real examples and storytelling. Let's dive into it. Why is it important for you to have a structure? Why structure matters. Imagine taking a bus from Kampala to Nairobi with a driver who refuses to tell you the route. He just starts moving, left here, right there, reversing, sometimes stopping at random kiosks to buy water. That is what your reader experiences when your chapter has no structure. Structure is the promise you make at the beginning. Coherence is the respect you show your reader. A structured chapter says, I know where I'm taking you, follow me. So that's what I was talking about. Structure is the promise you make at the beginning. Coherence is the respect you show your reader. A structured chapter says, I know where I'm taking you, follow me, follow the leader. Let's look at a story of a Kenyan MBA student. What can we learn from the story of a Kenyan MBA student? A Kenyan MBA student once brought me 42 pages of literature review. 42. But there was no frame, no sections, no theme order, no conceptual logic. It felt like every paragraph had decided to travel with its own passport. When I asked him about his outline, he said something that many students secretly believe. Say, I thought the literature review was just writing everything I find. No, a literature review is not a bucket of facts, it is a guided architecture. Guided architecture. Let's look at the broken ladder. I'm not sure whether you can see this picture very well. A ladder is meant to help you to climb up and also to be able to climb down. So the demonstration illustrates the critical importance of structure in writing. Just like a ladder must have evenly spaced rungs for safe climbing, a literature review must have a clear and logical structure for effective reading. Without it, readers may struggle to follow your argument, leading to confusion and frustration. You see, when your ladder has problems, you can't climb, you can't navigate, you can't trust the journey. But what about when you have a structured ladder? Each step rises smoothly, predictably, with intention. That's the effect of structure on your writing. It makes the reading climbable. Let's look at three structures, three effective structures, three structures that always work. Let's build your ladder. And we need three practical structures that always work no matter your topic. So we have thematic structure overview. Then we have funnel structure explanation. Then we have historical structure benefits. Structure number one, thematic structure. That's the most common. Divide the review by themes that directly answer your research questions. This works for masters, for PhD, for honors. Whether it's qualitative or it's quantitative, it still works. For example, leadership and employee performance. 1. Understanding leadership. 2. Leadership styles. 3. Transformational leadership. 4. Employee performance. 5. Influence of leadership on performance. 6. Gaps in the literature. Each part builds towards the next. You want to have order. You want to have order. So when you do that, content becomes well organized. It allows researchers to compartmentalize their literature review into distinct themes or topics that align with your research questions. It's also versatile for all academic levels, like I said, for honors, for masters, for PhD. Whether you're doing qualitative or you're doing quantitative, it doesn't matter. Then I've given you an example of the themes that we can have that are relevant to the topic. Now let's move on to structure number 2, funnel structure. Funnel structure. It starts broad and narrows down. You see, like a funnel. A funnel is broad at the top, and as you go to the bottom, it becomes narrow. So you can also do the same. You start broad, then you narrow down, reach your variables, then the gap. For example, if you are looking at education, you can start at number 1, global perspective on digital learning. 2, African perspective. 3, country-specific insights. 4, variables, e.g. student engagement, adoption, etc. 5, gaps. It feels natural, like zooming a camera lens. So that's another structure you can decide to use. It applies your contextual relevance. Okay. Let me just go back a little bit. Structure number 3, historical or chronological structure. That's the third structure. This is perfect if your topic evolved over time. For example, if you are looking at climate policy, number 1, early approaches, in brackets, pre-2000. Number 2, shifts in policy, in brackets, 2000 to 2010. Number 3, modern debates, in brackets, 2010 to present. Number 4, current gaps. This structure shows maturity and depth. It shows maturity and depth. Before we go any further, I wanted us to quickly revisit the 3 of them. I wanted us to quickly revisit the three before we move on to common mistakes that destroy structure. So I want you to type in the comment section, what was the first structure that we mentioned? Then what was the second one? Please type. And then what was the third one? Show me that you are following. Now check with what I'm about to say. We said the first structure is thematic structure, which happens to be the most common. Then structure number 2 is funnel structure. And structure number 3 is historical or chronological structure. We are moving on to look at the common mistakes that destroy structure. Heading soup confusion, zigzag writing patterns, and random context mixing. Those are the three that we are looking at. Now, before we move on to the story of the Ghanaian student, I just want to say a few more things about heading soup confusion. Students create 20 random headings simply because another thesis had 20. It doesn't work like that. Then we have number 2, common mistake is jumping between ideas. You write about leadership, then later on you're writing about motivation, then you write about leadership again, then you write about stress, then you write about something else. This zigzag writing exhausts supervisors. It exhausts the readers. Number 3, mixing contexts randomly. Discussing Africa, then you discuss Malaysia, then a theory from 1972, then back to Africa without any guiding path, without any golden thread. Remember, structure is not the number of headings. Structure is the logic behind the headings. It is the logic behind the headings. I'm sure you are ready now to look at an example. Let's look at the story of the Ghanaian PhD student. She messaged me at 12:14 a.m. That's like midnight. Doc, I think I found my structure. I said, show me. She sent this beautiful 6-line outline based entirely on her variables. No noise, no decoration, no academic gymnastics, just clarity. We reorganized her entire 54-page document around that outline. Her supervisor approved it within 48 hours. Sometimes what you need is not more writing, but a map. But a what? A map. Please write in the comment section, a map. Now, how do you create your own structure? This is action time. I want to see you taking some action. Number 1, write your research questions. Very important. Your structure must reflect the research questions. Then we move on to number 2 as we come towards the end. Identify the major themes. These are not copied from other theses. They must come from your variables. Then step number 3, arrange themes in a logical progression. Ask, what should the reader understand first? What sets the foundation? What builds on previous knowledge? Step number 4, assign each theme a short description, just 1 line. This keeps you focused. Number 5, stick to the structure as you write. If a paragraph doesn't fit, cut it. No mercy. You don't have to have mercy on that. Engagement moment, reflecting on your chapter. Pause. Think of your current literature chapter that you are writing. Does it have a clear structure? Does it have logical flow? Does it have predictable order? Tell me in the comment section. Which structure are you using? Did you use thematic? Did you use funnel or chronological? So your homework tonight, choose one of the 3 structures, rewrite your outline using that structure, reorder your existing writing to match what you have been doing. God bless you.